Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of the Missoula Mavericks, as we've got Brendan Hill at the plate, who places this one in center field to get things going for the Mavericks. I apologize for the late start, as we had lineup issues for the opposing team, and I just now got the lineups into our possession. So we've got Dane Frazier at the plate with Brendan Hill on at first. First pitch was at 2:16 p.m. The previous game did run a little bit longer, and then there was a lineup issue as well when you get into this late of the tournament, as the first pitch is upstairs to Frazier for ball one. But as you get into this late in the tournament, folks, well, you're starting to run out of arms on the pitcher's mound. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineups with Brendan Hill batting first. He is at first currently with no outs. He is on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. Here's Frazier fouling one off for strike one, a 1-1 on the count. Dane Frazier obviously at the plate, batting second in right field. Trad Richardson's in the left field, batting third. Batting fourth is Bridger Johnson, the center fielder. Drew Stensrud will bat fifth, the third baseman. Batting sixth is Stuart Long, as we get one upstairs to bring up ball two, 2-1 on the count. Stuart Long at shortstop, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Andrew Clausen in center field. Zach Hangus is the first baseman. Dayton Bay at second, and he's batting ninth, and we get a balk call to advance Hill to second now. It is Brendan Roybal on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for Catalyst. Here's the pitch upstairs. That'll be ball 3-1. So for Catalyst, leading off is the second baseman, Thomas Schreffler. Braden Roybal, the pitcher, bats second. Batting third is Ari Fier, the first baseman, as the pitch comes in, and Dane Frazier is walked to put runners at first and second for the Mavericks to lead off. Evan Lyra, the center fielder, bats fourth. Batting fifth is Sam Lowe. He's at shortstop. Nate Madrid, the catcher, bats sixth. Batting seventh is Emmett Ella, the left fielder. Luca Dancola, the right fielder, bats eighth, and batting ninth is Cole Collins, the third baseman. So runners at first and second for the Mavericks, no outs. Top of the first inning, as Richardson's going to lay the bunt down. This will be a throw to first, and the sac bunt moves the runners to second and third. So one out now with runners at second and third for the Mavericks. Catalyst would fall to Premier in the game before this one, 11-7. So Catalyst Cardinals at 2-3 with their record. The Mavericks are 3-2 after the loss to host team Post 22 last night. Roybal will deliver over the plate for strike 1 to Bridger Johnson. One out, runners at second and third. Hill at third and Frazier at second, as this pitch comes in low, and we go 1-1 on the count. Mavericks suffering the loss last night with a walk-off home run. And the young man that did hit the dinger last night for the walk-off, his dad was sitting next to me in the press boxes. Johnson lifts this one into the gap. This one's got lots of leg. It is at the wall with the bounce. That'll bring home Hill. Frazier's waved around. He'll make his way to home plate as Bridger Johnson stands at second on the double. The Mavericks will earn 2 runs. To make it 2-0 Mavs on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We come to Drew Stensrud now for the Mavericks. 1 out, Bridger Johnson at second as the pitch is outside for ball 1 to Stensrud. So the late start with the first game going long. Premier West getting the win over Catalyst as Stensrud gets ball 2. Putting Premier West at 2 and 4. Here's the pitch. And we build to ball 3, 3 and 0. So this is the last day of regular play for the tournament. Tomorrow, July 4th, is placement games. First game is at 9 a.m. That's for 5th place as we get the throw into second. Johnson diving back in. At 11:30 is the 3rd place game. And the championship game at 2, as this is going to be a walk for Stensrud, and there'll be runners at first and second now as Stuart Long comes up with 1 out. And in the previous game against Premier West, Premier West would get the win. They would earn 9 runs in the 3rd inning, and it looked like this one was that game was gonna be over early as strike 1 is thrown. To Stuart Long. 1 out, runners at first and second. Looked like that game was gonna end early, and then Catalyst came back and earned runs as we get ball 1, 1 and 1. In the 4th inning to wipe out the 8-run rule. And it would go all the way to the 7th. Both teams battling back with runs as Long fouls this one into the netting to make it 1 and 2 on the count. Andrew Clausen in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. 1 out, runners at first and second. Here's the stretch and set. And the throw to second. Johnson diving back in. Here's the pitch. And this one's past the first baseman. They're going to wave around Johnson. He'll make his way home, and the Mavericks will earn a run off the single by Stuart Long. And it's now 3-0 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard with 1 out. We go to Andrew Clausen, the catcher for the Mavericks. Top of the first, 3-0 Mavericks. It is Braden Roybal on Roy Bull. I apologize, Roy Bull on the 5-valid pitcher's mound as this one's fouled back for strike 1. Zach Angus in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with 1 out. Stuart Long at first and Drew Stensrud at second. Pitch comes in, takes us to 2 and 1. The stretch and set. And a check swing. It will be loose between the legs of Madrid for ball 2, 2 and 1. Outside pitch takes us to 3 and 1. Had the fireworks show last night here at the stadium. Pitch on the way. outside, and a walk loads the bases. But if you want to watch that fireworks show, they did record it at the end of the game last night on the local Hard Hats TV on YouTube. Pitch on the way. Hangus with a foul ball. Brings up strike one. Zach Hangus, the first baseman for the Mavericks. Each year I like to sneak in and catch a couple of single A games for the Mavericks just to see some of the guys, see what the prospects might be for the next year. And last year Hangus just happened to be having a great game that day. I was very excited about seeing him come up, and then during tryouts I was there for the first day and watched him do a little pitching, and then, well, he stepped up and has been a great addition to this AA squad, as this one's sent right into the glove of the shortstop. The double play will be turned as Stuart Long will be forced out at second. 3 runs for the Mavericks off 3 hits, and Missoula leads 3-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back with the Cardinals turn to bat right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN as we have the bottom of the first inning. Mavericks leading 3-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard over the Catalyst Cardinals. For the Cardinals, it is Thomas Schreffler, the second baseman, to lead off. Braden Roybal, the pitcher, and then in the on-deck circle, and Ari Fier, the first baseman, in the hole. Brendan Hill stands on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound for the Missoula Mavericks. As we get the throw to second, and Schreffler comes to the plate. A late start today on game 2, the first game going until just before 2 o'clock, and then an issue with lineups on trying to find an arm for their pitching staff, as the first pitch thrown in is a ball on the inning. Here's a bouncer foul towards the third base dugout. Strike one, 1-1. The Mavericks have the first baseline dugout, Catalyst in the third baseline dugout. Pitch on the way, and a foul ball back into here's the pitch by Hill. And this one's going to be rolled out, picked up by Stensrud. He'll bounce it off his chest. Now the throw to first. Hangus with the stick on the bag, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Good job by Stensrud to recover on the bobble, 1 away. But our very own Dax Frazier coming to the rescue for the tournament director here, as he would pick up Game Changer and get the stats out so that they knew who was available, as this one's bounced to Hangus. Off the glove of Hangus, the throw will not be made, and the runner will reach off the bobble by Hangus. And that will be an error on the first baseman. So with 1 out, a runner at first, we go to Ari Fier. Roybal at first. So yeah, Dax Frazier, Dane Frazier's dad, got out the phone, looked up Game Changer, went through all of the Catalyst stats as Catalyst is on Game Changer, and was able to figure out which arms were available for Catalyst to pitch. And a foul ball will bring up strike one. Jaffer. And they've got a young man that's going to be going to ASU, Catalyst does, and he pitched one game, and he got called back as ASU coaches were wanting to keep him fresh as we go 1-1 on the count now. And that was the one that they really wanted to put in here. Throw to first. Hill with the pitch. Outside, and we'll get ball two for Brendan Hill. Brendan Hill, a 2019 graduate of Sentinel High School in Missoula. Utility player for the Mavericks, as this one's banged foul down the first base line. And we get strike two, 2-2 on the count. Thomas Martin running out to grab the foul ball down the first base line. Runner at first in Roybal, 1 out, a 2-2 count to Fair. And he's going to bounce this one out. Dayton Bay will pick it up. The chuck to second. Now down the line to first, and the double play is turned. The Mavericks clear the bases, and the inning is over. Mavericks hold on 3-0. We'll be back with the top of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at mpsn406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. The top of the second inning, Mavericks lead 3-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We are at Floyd Fitzgerald Stadium in Rapid City for the 2019 Camping World Class Firecracker Classic. For the Mavericks, it's the bottom of the order in the top of the second. Dayton Bay to lead off.
Montana's #1 second baseman, Dayton Bay.
Number 1 in the program and in your hearts, Dayton Bay. Here's the pitch by Braden Roybal. It's bounced right to the third baseman. A good throw by Collins, a stick to the bag with Fair, and that's the first out of the inning on the ground ball. We swing to the top of the order for the Mavericks. Brendan Hill, the pitcher, with 1 out and nobody on. And Hill with special fans in the crowd as his grandfather, grandmother, and aunt are here to watch him. Brendan's mom and dad here as well. Mom having a birthday earlier this week. As the first pitch to Hill is over the plate for strike 1. So your defensive set for Catalyst as the pitch comes in for ball 1, 1-1. Cole Collins is holding down third base. Sam Lowe at short. Thomas Schreffler is the second baseman. Ari Fier is at first as this one comes in for ball 2, 2-1. Nate Madrid behind the plate, the catcher position, and Braden Roybal to finish out your infield set as we go 3-1 on the count. Hill will take it, and that'll be strike 2 to make it a full count at 3-2. Hill thinking he had the walk and did not toss the bat, but returned to the plate. In left field, it's Evan Lyra is your first base, or center fielder, is the drop third strike. We'll bring up out number 2. And Luca Dincola is the right fielder. That is your defensive set for the Catalyst Cardinals. Dane Frazier steps to the plate with 2 outs, nobody on, and the first pitch to Frazier is over the plate for strike 1. So Roybal throwing strikes on the first pitch, the Mavericks taking them, as this one's going to bounce away for ball 1. Bridger Johnson coming to grab it from behind the plate. Trad Richardson's in the on-deck circle with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And outside, Madrid not able to get a hold of it. And we've got ball 2. For Braden Roybal in the top of the second with 2 outs, as this one's punched up high. Madrid calls for it, and the first baseman, Fierro, will come in to get it to end the side. We'll get to Roybal's pitch count in the next opportunity. Mavericks go 1-2-3. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. As we come to the bottom of the second inning, Mavericks lead 3-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For the Catalyst Cardinals, it's Evan Lyra, the center fielder, the number 4 spot batter. Brendan Hill with the first pitch of the inning, and it's going to come off of the batter for a hit by pitch to put a runner on at first. We go to Sam Lowe now, the shortstop, so 4-5-6, the 5-spot batter at the plate right now.
Number 3, Sam Lowe.
Lowe settling in. For your Mavericks on the defensive set, infield, as Clausen blocks it in front of him for ball 1. Drew Stensrud stands at third. Stuart Long is your shortstop. Dayton Bay at second as the throw is made for the pickoff. Very tight. Hanga says he had it, but our field umpire, and I'll get to him in just a moment, says safe. Zach Angus at first. Andrew Clausen behind the plate, and Brendan Hill on the 5-valid pitcher's mound. Back to first, and this time Hill just outside. In the outfield, Trad Richardson in left, Bridger Johnson in center, and Dane Frazier as this one comes back in. Dane Frazier in right field. That's your defensive set for the Missoula Mavericks. 1-0 on the count as Hill has the stretch and set. Runner's going to go, and Clausen will not make the throw, and we'll have ball 2 with a stolen base. Nate Madrid in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals with Runner on and no outs. Time is called as Lowe steps back in. Now Lowe settles. 2-0. This one smacked out. Long. Off the glove. Runner's going to advance, and it is a tag by Stensrud for the out on the fielder's choice. No, they're going to say safe at third. And Catalyst looking for their first hit of the game. I'm waiting for the scoreboard to bring up whether that's a hit and an error. As we get Sam Lowe. Madrid, the catcher. And Madrid will receive ball 1, 1-0 on the count. Hill with the stretch and set. And an inside pitch will bring up ball 2, 2-0. Lira at third, Lowe at first, no outs. Bottom of the second as this one's fouled off towards the bullpen. And we'll have strike one now, 2-1 on the count. Emmett Ella, the left fielder in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals. Here's the stretch and set by Hill. And a swing will take us even on the count at 2 apiece. Brendan Hill, Sentinel High School graduate in 2019, utility player as he plays a variety of positions to throw to first. On the 5 Valley Auto pitchers mound now. Center field and shortstop, just to name a few, as this one's hit into right field and Dane Frazier will have the catch. Runner is going to go home as the throw is made to third, and the Cardinals will have their first run of the game on the sac fly. With Lowe holding at first, it's 3-1. 2 outs. Mavericks owning the 5 Valley Auto pitchers mound.
Left fielder number 6, Emmett Ela.
Emmett Ela now. As this pitch comes in for ball 1. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of 2. 1 run earned for Catalyst, as Clausen keeps it in front of him for ball 2, 2-0. Hill, a multi-sport talent. Baseball, football, and, well, he's quite the basketball player as well. Concentrated on baseball, so he did not play for the Sentinel Spartans his sophomore, junior, or senior year, as he'll bring in the pitch for strike 1, 2-1. Stretch and set. And Hill will bring up strike 2 on the pitch. 2-2. But a speedy, gritty slot receiver for that Sentinel Spartan football program, as this one does have contact for a foul ball to stay at 2-2. No fear does Hill have. Hill doesn't have any fear, as he would come across that middle. This one's hit foul down the third base line. We stay at 2-2. He's a pretty good basketball player as well. Did play for Sentinel his freshman year and then jumped in with the Mavericks. This is his third season with the program. He played his the summer between sophomore and junior year with the A level. And then the last 2 seasons, as this one's rolled out long, will have it go between his legs. The runner's going to make his way around second as Johnson will throw it to Bay at second. And they'll score that as an error on Johnson.
Number 10, right fielder, Luca Dencola.
Luca Dencola now for Catalyst, the number 8 spot batter, the right fielder with 1 out. Hill checks the runner at first, now the stretch and set. And a foul ball into the netting will bring up strike 1. Ela at first, Lowe at third, and Lowe's going to go. Here's Clausen with the tag, and they're going to say out on the stolen base. Runner at first will advance. So that takes us 0-1 on the count. Foul ball. 0-2. Dencola at the plate. As this one's going to come inside and it's going to hit the batter, so that will be runners at first and second now with 2 outs. We go to the bottom of the order now. Cole Collins for Catalyst out of Colorado. So 3 Colorado teams, a team from Indiana, a team from Minnesota, obviously the host team, South Dakota, and Missoula, as Hill brings ball 1 in to Collins. Quite the variety. Last year we had a team out of California, Merced. They were quality talent. Here's the pitch by Hill, and he's going to actually go to second. The tag, and they're going to say safe. Bay just getting there. 2 outs, bottom of the second. The field here, Dave Pluth. Down the third base line, it's 325 to the big green monster, 393 in center field as this one's off the bat sideways. Hangis will pick it up, Hill with the run, and Hill will tag the bag. That's the side. We'll get to the field at the top of the third. 1 run earned to make it 3-1 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello folks, Chris Stratton here. You know me as the voice of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. I'm here to announce that the Milk Crate Media will be launching their newest project, the Chris Stratton Show podcast. That's right, folks. We're going to take our play-by-play coverage and bring it into the studio to give our student athletes in Missoula a voice to tell their stories. It'll be launching on July 15th on the Milk Crate Media Network, and you'll be able to find it at thechrisstrattonshow.com, as well as any of your outlets for podcasts. Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we come to the top of the third inning. The Mavericks lead 3-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For the Mavericks, it is the 3, 4, 5 batters. Trad Richardson at the plate with Braden Roybal throwing pitches, and the first pitch of the inning will be over the plate for strike one off of the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. So Richardson at the plate, Bridger Johnson in the on-deck circle, and Drew Stensrud in the hole as we go 1-1 on the count to Richardson. Richardson with a sac bunt to move runners to second and third, his first at bat as we come to ball 2, 2-1. And a roller towards the third base dugout will take us to 2-2. So with Roybal on the mound, he's got 42 pitches in, 20 of those over the plate for strikes, as this will bring up a full count at 3-2 on the ball pitch. Pitch on the way. And this one's into left field. Left fielder will bounce it off of his thigh, and it will put Richardson at first for the Mavericks to start the third.
The leadoff single brings up the center fielder, Bridger Johnson.
We go to Bridger Johnson now for the Mavericks with 1 on and no outs. Top of the third. Richardson at first. Drew Stensrud in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. For Bridger Johnson, it was a double that earned 2 runs. His first at-bat. Here's the throw down the line, and Richardson will dive back in. We'll have ball 1. Here's the stretch and set by Roybal. And this one's going to be bounced out. Picked up by the second baseman. The throw to first is made. Richardson advancing to second, and there's 1 away on the ground out. So 1 out, 1 on for the Mavericks with Drew Stensrud at the plate. Stensrud walked his first at-bat. Here's the pitch by Roybal, and it's outside for a ball. 1-0. Top of the third in a 7-inning game. Mavericks sitting at 3-2 on the record. As Stensrud will pop this one over the second baseman's head. They're going to go ahead and hold Richardson up at third. That'll be runners on the corners with 1 out for the Mavericks off of the Stensrud single. We go to Stuart Long, the shortstop for the Mavericks, with runners on the corners. Long settling in. Roybal will check. Stensrud at first. And now the pitch. They're going to throw to first. Stensrud diving in. Richardson jumping down the line. 1 out, top of 3. So the Mavericks will have to wait for the outcome of the final 2 games. They're going to say safe back at first for Stensrud, as the infield thought that the pickoff play was successful. Andrew Clausen in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Runners on the corners. Pitch on the way, and it's inside. Ball 1. For Stuart Long, it was a single, his first at-bat. Here's the stretch and set. They're going to throw to first. And Stensrud sliding back in. Here's the pitch. And Richardson will be safe at third as we bring up ball 2. Looked like he might have gotten the tag, but our field umpire, Don Gettert, As I haven't given you the umpires yet, I just realized that. 2-0 on the count. So John Whitcraft behind the plate and Dan Gettert in the field. Takes us to 3-0 on that pitch. And Stuart Long will receive strike one. 3-1 on the count. Stensrud at first, Richardson at third. 1 out. Here's Roybal with the pitch. And time is called. Here's a roller past the shortstop. It'll bounce on the fringe, bringing Richardson home, and the Mavericks will have runners at first and second. Mavericks now lead 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, 1 out. Top of the third. We go to the catcher, Andrew Clausen, now for the Mavericks in the number 7 spot in the order. Clausen settling in, 1 out, runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Stretch and set. And a swing by Clausen will take us even on the count at 1 apiece. So the Mavericks are awaiting the outcome of the final 2 games today. We've got Rocky Mountain and Terre Haute playing, and the next game at 4 o'clock scheduled, as Clausen will have a check swing resulting in ball 2, 2-1. And then the host team, Post 22, taking on Eden Prairie at 7. Couple of scenarios, mathematical equations that could happen depending on the outcome as we go 2-2 on the strike pitch. So I'm sure the tournament directors will have their pencils sharpened and ready to go, as Clausen will swing for strike 3. The strikeout takes us to the second out of the inning, and Zach Hangus for the Mavericks. And he'll have ball 1. For Hango, it was a line drive. 4 and out. His first at bat. Hangus will take ball 2. Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with 2 outs. Drew Stensrud at second and Stuart Long at first. Here's the stretch and set. And the throw to second, and the second baseman not able to hold on to the ball. Stensrud getting back. Mavericks with 4 runs off of 6 hits. 2 errors though. Eden Prairie with 1 run, no hits, no errors. Here's the 2-0, and we'll build to 3-0 on the count. For Roybal, he has 61 pitches in here in the top of the third. 28 over the plate. Here's the 3-0, and it's a walk to load the bases. We go to the bottom of the order, Dayton Bay, as we get a visit from the Catalyst manager, Scott Payne. And it's going to be a pitching change. The right fielder coming in, Dincola, will have a change on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Changes on the field for Catalyst. Luca Dincola will come in from right field. Braden Roybal will move to second base, and Thomas Schreffler is in right field. The first batter that Dincola will face is the bottom of the order, Dayton Bay for the Mavericks. 2 outs, runners loading up the bases for the Mavericks. Mavericks with 4 runs off of 6 hits, leading 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. So Bay stepping to the plate, top of the order in the on-deck circle, and here's the first pitch by Dincola, outside for a ball. So for Roybal, 2 2/3 innings, 62 total pitches, 28 over the plate, 4 runs, all earned off of 6 hits, 2 strikeouts, 4 walks. Finished with a 9.0 ERA as we get 1-1 on the count. To Bay. Dincola now on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Cardinals out of Catalyst. This is a pitch over the plate to bring up strike 2. 1-2 on the count. 2 outs, top of the third, loaded bases for the Mavericks. You've got Drew Stensrud at third, Stuart Long at second, and Zach Hengis at first after being walked. Here's the pitch. And that'll bring up ball 2 to get us even at 2 apiece on the count. Starting to get some clouds here in Rapid City. Supposedly supposed to have some more moisture this afternoon. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout to end the inning. 1 run earned, 3 left behind, and the Mavericks lead 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. It's Catalyst's turn to bat right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Some changes in life are too painful to go through alone, and Cunningham Law can help in making difficult decisions from divorce to child custody. Kyle Cunningham focuses solely on family law. Cunningham Law will help you land on your feet when big changes come to your family and life. Visit www.familylawmontana.com or give Kyle a call at 406-203-4678 today. Cunningham Law Services. You don't have to go through this alone. Cunningham Law is a proud sponsor of the Northwest Regional Tournament.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Floyd Fitzgerald Stadium in Rapid City, South Dakota for the 2019 Camping World Firecracker Classic. Missoula Mavericks taking on the Catalyst Cardinals, the last regular game of the tournament for the Mavericks. As we have the top of the order, Thomas Schreffler at the plate, 1-2-3. Brendan Hill on the 5-value pitcher's mound, and his first pitch is brought in for ball 1. So 4th of July will bring the placement games. The 5th place game is at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. 3rd place plays at 11:30 as we bring up ball 2. And then the championship game is at 2 o'clock. And the way things sit right now, Eden Prairie with the best record out of all 6 teams, all 7 teams I should say, as we get strike 1. 2-1 on the count. Pitch upstairs takes us to 3-1. But Eden Prairie at 4-1. They play post 22 in the 7 o'clock game as we get a full count at 3-2. Brendan Hill with the pitch. And that's a walk to load a runner at first for the Cardinals with no outs. We go to Braden Roybal, who was on the 5-value pitcher's mound to lead the game off, but has now moved to second base with the switch on the mound. And then with the Eden Prairie at 4-1, the only team with a loss, as this one's picked up by Hill. The sac bunt will move the runner to second. And advancing Schreffler with 1 out. We go to Ari Fier for the Cardinals with 1 out, 1 on. The Mavericks are at 3-2, and post 22 is at 3-2, as the first pitch is brought in for strike 1, as well as Terre Haute. So those are the 3 teams in contention against Eden Prairie for that number 1 spot. Now Eden Prairie, I believe, is the automatic bid into the championship game. So that would put Missoula post 22 as we get a roller foul for strike 2. Schreffler having to make his way back to second. So with the games that are coming after this one, it is Rocky Mountain and Terre Haute. Now Terre Haute winning, that would give them 4-2. This one's into left field and it's just outside the line. The foul ball will keep us at 1-2. So that would put Terre Haute at 4-2. The Mavericks, if they win this game, would go 4-2, and the Mavericks would automatically get the tiebreaker there as the Mavs beat Terre Haute on Sunday. This one's bounced out off the glove of Hill, and it'll be chased down. They'll go ahead and hold the runner at first. A good job by Dayton Bay to recover off the bounce off of Hill's glove, and I believe they're going to score that as the first hit of the game for for Catalyst.
The base hit brings up center fielder Evan Lira.
We go to Evan Lira now for the Cardinals. 1 out, runners on the corners as Hill will deliver the first pitch of the inning to Lira, and it's for strike 1. So then Eden Prairie and post 22 play each other in the 7 o'clock game. Now Eden Prairie with the win, they automatically go in. They would automatically go regardless as this one's rolled out into left field. And it's runners at first and second with 1 run earned to make it 4-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard.
The RBI single brings up shortstop Sam Lowe.
We bring up Sam Lowe now. And Lowe will foul off the first pitch for strike 1. For Lowe, it was a fielder's choice for an out in his first at bat. So if Eden Prairie wins, they would face, if Post 22 beats Eden Prairie, by my calculations, as this one's going to roll into center field and they're going to load the bases up with 1 out here for Catalyst on the single. By Lowe. And the Cardinals pick up their first 3 hits of the game here in the bottom of the third. We go to the number 6 spot batter, the catcher, Nate Madrid, with 1 out and loaded bases for Catalyst. Here's the pitch by Hill, and this one's served up into right field. That'll bring home 1 run. They're going to go ahead and bring around Lira from second. The throw is made home, but not in time, and that'll be 2 runs earned to tie it at 4 apiece with runners at first and second and 1 out. We come to Emmett Ela with 1 out, runners at first and second. Here's the pitch by Hill, and this one's cranked hard down the right field line, and it'll be foul into the creek for strike 1. Trad said he went out to look for his ball that he hit over the fence for the home run on Saturday, and the creek runs right behind right field. And he thinks the ball was hit in the creek and it's gone. Here's the 0-1 by Hill, and this one will be pumped into the gap, and Richardson will grab it. Runner will come around from second, and the double will earn a run for Catalyst to take the lead, 5-4. Catalyst earning 4 runs here in the bottom of the third with 1 out. So back to the mathematics here. If Eden Prairie wins, they have the automatic bid. Post 22 would be the other 3-3 team, as this one's out of Clausen's glove and a run will be earned off the wild pitch. 1-0 to Luca Dincola. And this one's beat into right field down the foul line. They'll bring up strike 1. 1-1 on the count to Dincola. Emmett Ela at third, 1 out. 5 runs earned here in the bottom of the third for Catalyst. It's 4-5, 5-4 Catalyst on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's a foul ball. Now if the Mavericks lose this game, they fall to 3-3. And the tiebreaker, if Post 22 loses the game, regardless, it will be Post 22 and Eden Prairie in the championship game, as this one's fouled off to bring up strike 2. 1-2 on the count now to Dincola. And then the Mavericks would play for third at 11:30 tomorrow, and that would be determined depending on Terre Haute. It would probably be the Mavericks and Terre Haute at 11:30. If the Mavs lose this game, a drop third strike and it's down the baseline. That's 2 away. Runner will hold at third. Two outs now. we get the bottom of the order. And it's actually Cole Collins. Collins, the third baseman. 2 outs. Ela at third. Pitch on the way. And I missed a run somewhere. So we'll put that up for the Cardinals. It's 6-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Hill with the pitch, and this one's into center field. Johnson will come up on it, and that will end the inning. So the flyout will end the inning with 5 runs earned off of 5 hits, and it is now 6-4 Catalyst on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Mavericks bat in the top of the 5th, or top of the 4th. We'll be back right after this.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at worldviews. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses, don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the order to lead the inning off for the Mavericks as Brendan Hill comes to the plate. So Hill at the plate, Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle, and Trad Richardson in the hole. And the first pitch brought in by Dincola will be ball 1. Luca Dincola coming in to relieve Braden Roybal as we get ball 2, 2-0. A big inning in the bottom of the 3rd for Catalyst as they would earn 5 runs to make it 6-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Pitch on the way, outside. Brings up ball 3. 3-1 on the count to Hill. Looks like they might have a YMCA camp or something here as Hill is walked. To put a runner on for the Mavericks. Before the game, while they were getting the lineup squared away, the camp of young people were down the 3rd baseline in the seating area, and they were cheering on Missoula, go Missoula, go Missoula. So that was kind of cool. Dane Frazier at the plate, and the first pitch to Frazier will be a ball to make it 1-0 on the count. Brendan Hill at first off of the walk. For Dane Frazier, he was walked and then an infield fly. Throw to first for Hill to dive in. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle. No outs. Runner at first. Top of the 4th. Hill with the hop down the first base line, and that will bring us to ball 2. The game within the game they talk about all the time, as they say. Hill playing games out there at first with the pitcher Dincola, and ball 3. It might be effective what he is doing out there, as that'll bring out the pitching coach or the manager for Catalyst to check in with Dincola. And this is just a visit And tomorrow's 4th of July, folks, and speaking of visiting, you should visit our friends over at Fast Trip Conoco on South Reserve across from Larchmont Golf Course. If you're heading out of town for a picnic or a barbecue, or maybe you're hosting a picnic or barbecue, well, you can stop in there for fuel with the most convenient gas pumps. They've got the largest selection of coldest drinks and the biggest freezer full of ice in Missoula. Fast Trip Conoco, also home of Magic Touch Car Wash, so if you need to make your car look good before you head out, well, stop in and see. Pitcher over the plate will bring up strike one. Fast Trip Conoco, your one-stop shop convenience store and a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. So Frazier facing a 3-1 count, no outs, runner at first in Hill. And Frazier is walked. It's back-to-back walks to put runners at first and second for the Mavericks as we get Trad Richardson, the left fielder, at the plate.
Now up number 13, Trad Richardson.
We had a team barbecue on, I guess it was Monday night that we had the team barbecue. Tuesday was the doubleheader. So yes, Monday night the barbecue over at the park next door as the first pitch is outside for ball one to Richardson. Richardson a sac bunt and a single his first two at bats. And I asked Trad, I said, been playing some outfield, what do you think about that, Chris? And he looked at me and smiled in his Trad fashion and said, you know me, Chris, I just like to play baseball. Here's the pitch, and it's upstairs, ball two. You can't go wrong with a happy-go-lucky attitude like Trad Richardson. He takes everything in stride. Here's the pitch, and a foul ball into the first base dugout. Brings up strike one, 2-1 to Richardson. And the Mavericks with some team unity going on earlier as they were growing mustaches for this trip. And Hathaway didn't agree with it, but he saw what they were doing as far as, and a wild pitch will advance the runners to second and third now. And we go 3-1 on the count. And the shortstop, Lowe, will come in and speak to Dincola. So Frazier at second and Hill at third now. Bridger Johnson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. No outs, runners at second and third. 3-1 on the count to Richardson. And it's strike two to bring up a full count. Looks as though Rocky Mountain has just entered the building. Here's the pitch. And Richardson, a high ball down the first base line. It's going to be in play as the right fielder calls for it, puts it in the glove. Hill tags, dances, and will make his way back to third base, and we'll have one out on the board. So one out, runners at second and third as the center fielder Bridger Johnson comes to the plate. Here's the stretch and set by Luca Dincola. And the pitch is outside. Hill thought about hopping down it, but a good job by Madrid to pick it up close to the plate. And we get ball one to Johnson. Johnson with a double and a ground out. His two at-bats today. Here's the stretch and set. And a bouncing ball into the third base dugout. That one will actually make the gate and into the dugout. We go 1-1 on the count. And the step off, dive in by Frazier. 1-1 on the count to Bridger Johnson. Drew Stensrud in the on-deck circle, one out. Dane Frazier at second, Brendan Hill at third. Here's the 1-1 by Dincola. And Johnson will duck out of the way for ball one. Or ball two, 2-1. Here's the pitch. And that one's off of the shoulder of Johnson, and we get loaded bases. One out for Drew Stensrud with loaded bases for the Mavericks. Top of the fourth. Catalyst leading 6-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch. And it'll be outside for ball one. So Dincola tossing a ball pitch on the last four batters. Drew Stensrud in the number 5 spot. Swung on by Stensrud to bring up strike one. 1-1 on the count, and that was a dirty pitch on the slide. On the slider, as it would cut out right at the last second. Loaded bases, 1 out. Stuart Long in the on-deck circle. Stensrud, and they'll say foul to bring up strike two, 1-2. Drew Stensrud, walk and a single on the game. Clouds moving in and a pretty good breeze now coming in from the west. We had sunshine and clear skies when the game started, as this pitch comes outside to build us to 2-2. In the last couple of days, that's kind of how it's been. It's been gorgeous through the morning, and about mid-afternoon, clouds move in and we get rain showers. Here's the 2-2, and we build to a full count. Top of the fourth inning for the Mavericks and the Cardinals. Cardinals leading 6-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Luca Dincola trying to get out of the jam with loaded bases and 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch to Stensrud. And it's a walk. That'll bring Hill home. And the Mavericks will earn a run off the walk to make it 6-5 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And that will bring out the coach. Looks like we'll have a pitching change. The first baseman, Fier, going to the dugout, so I imagine it will be that change. We'll step aside. We'll have your defensive changes right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck, because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Sorry about that, folks. There is a variety of changes that are going on the field, so we're trying to work through those right now. And we'll go ahead and make those changes as we go. So on the pitcher's mound is Madrid. So Madrid goes from catcher to pitcher. The catcher will be the first baseman. Fair. At first base is Ella. Let's see here.
Now
Looking at
pitching for the Cardinals
jerseys.
is number 5, Nate Madrid.
And Madrid back in the outfield. Oh, nope. Madrid behind the plate. I apologize. It's Dincola. And we've got Stuart Long at the plate.
Is number 2, Stuart Long.
Stuart Long now, the first batter that Madrid will face, and he'll toss in ball 1. That's got to be a tough situation to go from catcher to the pitcher's mound. We'll give you the defensive set here in a moment as Madrid will deliver and Stuart Long will come up with strike 1. 1-1 on the count. So your infield set: Cole Collins at third, Sam Lowe at short, Braden Roybal at second, and Emmett Ela as this pitch gets away. Good job. By Fair, who is the catcher now. I missed that one in the changes on the lineup. So Fair at the catcher position, and Madrid on the mound. That's your infield set, as we have 2-1 on the count, and we'll build to 3-1. Luke Dincola is in right field, Emmett Lira in center, and Thomas Schreffler in left. And a ball pitch will walk the batter, bringing home Dane Frazier, and the Mavericks will tie the game at 6 off of the walk, as we get Andrew Clausen with 1 out and loaded bases. Bridger Johnson stands at third, Drew Stensrud at second, and Stuart Long now. The last 3 batters have been walked as Madrid drops in ball 1.
Batter is number 14, Andrew Clausen.
For Clausen, it was a walk and a strikeout swinging. Here's the pitch. And that's ball 2. Zach Angus is in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks, so the Mavericks working to currently the number 7 spot batter with 1 out and loaded bases. Here's the 2-0. And that'll bring up ball 3. Clausen being patient at the plate. He's been walked already once on the game. Here's the 3-0 by Madrid. And that'll be strike 1. 3-1. Here's the pitch. And it's a walk. Mavericks will take the lead off of the walk to make it 7-6 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, as Bridger Johnson will score, and we go to Zach Angus with 1 out, loaded bases for the Mavericks. And they're going to bring in Parker Stevens to run for Clausen. As Angus will take strike 1. So for Angus, it was a line drive out and a walk his first 2 at-bats. Here's the 0-1 by Madrid. And Angus will take it for ball 1, 1-1. Top of the 4th 7-inning game scheduled. Next game is supposed to be up at 4:30. That would be Rocky Mountain and Terre Haute, as this is a hit batter to put Hengis on, and run scored by Drew Stensrud. Mavericks take the lead 8-6 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and it's Dayton Bay with 1 out and loaded bases for the Mavericks. Stuart Long is at third, Parker Stevens at second, and Zach Hengis at first. Nate Madrid on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Here's the pitch, and it'll come inside, the throw down the line to third, and we'll start out with ball 1 to Dayton Bay. Dayton Bay, a ground out and a strikeout looking. Pitch on the way, and that'll bring up strike 1, 1-1 on the count. Here's the pitch, and a rocket into left field. 1 run will score, and the bases will stay loaded as Stuart Long steps on the plate off the single. And the Mavericks keep the machine running with loaded bases and 1 out. We swing to the top of the order to the man that started the inning, Brendan Hill, with 1 out. Hill walked his last time at the plate in this inning, and he'll take strike 1. Here's the 0-1 by Madrid, and that'll result in an even count at 1 apiece. So the way things are looking, it'll be Eden Prairie, who is 4-1, taking on Post 22 at 7 tonight, who is 3-2. And regardless of the outcome of that game, it'll be most likely Eden Prairie and Post 22 in the championship game, as this one comes over the plate for a strike. 2-1. Because of the tiebreakers, it is head-to-head for the first of the tiebreakers. And Post 22 with the win over the Mavericks last night, as Hill is struck out swinging. We bring up Dane Frazier now with 2 outs.
And the strikeout brings up right fielder Dane Frazier.
So Frazier settling in. His second at-bat was an infield fly, otherwise bookend with walks, his first and third. Here's a swing for strike 1. Loaded bases for the Mavericks. Parker Stevens at third, running for Andrew Clausen. Zach Hengis at second, and Dayton Bay at first. And a pitch over the plate will bring up strike 2 to Frazier. And then it looks like it'll probably be Missoula Mavericks and Terre Haute in the 11:30 game tomorrow, as Frazier cranks this one foul to stay at 0-2. Here's the pitch. And strike 3 will bring the end of the inning. The Mavericks will leave 3 behind, earn 5 to take a 9-6 shot on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the 4th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at worldviews. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses, don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we move to the bottom of the fourth inning. Mavericks getting the lead 9-6 in the top of the fourth with 5 runs. It's the top of the order. Thomas Schreffler at the plate, and he'll have ball 2 from Brendan Hill, who's standing on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Hill on the rubber. And we'll bring up ball 3, 3-0 on the count. And strike 1 now, 3-1 to the count to Schreffler. Schreffler with a ground out and then walked his last at bat. He'll swing here to take us to a full count of 3-2. Here's the pitch by Hill. And that'll be strike 3. Hill will have the first out of the inning off of the strikeout. Braden Roybal. And Roybal will swing foul for strike 1 on the first pitch from Hill. So Brendan Hill in his 4th inning of duty as a pitch comes in for ball 1, 1-1 on the count. 63 total, or 64 now total pitches for Hill. 42 of them over the plate. He'll make that 43 to go 1-2 on the count. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 4th inning. And a foul ball keeps us at 1-2. Here's the pitch. And this one's bounced down, picked up by Stensrud, the throw to first. Hangus with the stretch, and there's 2 away in the bottom of the 4th.
Number 13, now catching, Ari Fier.
Ari Fier, the catcher now for the Cardinals, with 2 outs and nobody on. Hill delivers over the plate, strike 1. For Fier, it was a fielder's choice and a single, his first 2 at-bats. And we'll get ball 1, a 1-1 on the count. This one's popped up high down the third base line. Hill calls everybody off, and he'll put it in the glove as he goes to the ground, and that will end the inning. 1-2-3 for Catalyst. Mavericks will have the top of the 5th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Attention all Legion baseball fans. The Missoula Prep Sports Network will be the exclusive video streaming provider for the Montana, Alberta AA and A Legion tournaments July 18th through August 1st. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to support the coverage of the games, please send us an email and we'll get in touch with you. Join us live from Kalispell, Montana and Miles City, Montana, July 28th through August 1st for state championship drama. MPSN, Legion baseball fans home for the 2018 Montana, Alberta state tournaments.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning. Warning, this is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on Reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we come to the top of the fifth inning. Mavericks leading 9-6 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and I just received word that the voice of summer, Paul Yarbrough, is watching in hashtag Our Town is Superior. Paul enjoying some time off, probably bored now that he hasn't been able to do PA for Mavericks baseball. For the Mavericks, it's the number 3 spot batter, Trad Richardson, to lead off the inning, 3, 4, or 5, but I'm sure that Paul is finding stuff to do out there in Superior. Richardson rolls this one past the third baseman, deep into left field, and the Mavericks will have a runner at first to start the inning.
The leadoff single brings up number 10, Bridger Johnson.
We go to Bridger Johnson now for the Mavericks. No outs, runner at first in Richardson. Johnson settling in, a double, a ground out, and then hit by a pitch as his first pitch is ball 1. A roller right to the third baseman. The throw to second will have the force out down the line to first, and the double play is turned to clear the bases. 2 outs now in the top of the fifth.
The double play brings up number 5, Drew Stensrud.
And Drew Stensrud, the third baseman, will take ball 1 to start his at-bat. Nate Madrid on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, as we'll get ball 2. And we'll have ball 2 now. 2 and 1, as that was a strike and not a ball on the second pitch. Stensrud fouling it off, and we'll go 2 and 2 on the count. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the fifth inning. Mavericks leading 9-6 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. 5 runs earned in the fourth for the Mavericks. 3 in the first as Stensrud will swing, and that will be a end to the inning. The Mavericks 1, 2, 3 in the top of the fifth. We will have the Cardinals batting right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Did your computer go down? Don't worry, Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the fifth inning here at Floyd Fitzgerald Stadium. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Brendan Hill from the 5 Valleys Auto pitcher's mound. First pitch of the inning will come in for ball 1. It is the 4, 5, 6 batters, Evan Lira at the plate, and Lira will let this pitch get by for ball 2. 2 2-0 on the count. Brendan Hill in for his 5th inning of duty on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound, as this one will take us to strike 1, 2-1 on the count. Here's the pitch, and we get ball 3 as Clausen blocks it in front of him. 3-1. Here's the pitch, and this one's foul to take us to a full count at 3-2. For Lira, hit by a pitch and a single, his 2 plate appearances on the day. And he'll swing to be struck out for the first out of the inning. 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. We come to Sam Lowe, the shortstop now, for the Cardinals.
Strikeout brings up the shortstop, Sam Lowe.
Drew Stensrud at 3rd, Stuart Long in the shortstop. Dayton Bay is your 2nd baseman, with Zach Hangus holding down 1st. As a foul ball towards the 3rd base dugout will bring up strike 1 for Lowe. Clausen behind the plate with Hill on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. Pitch upstairs, we go 1-1. Trad Richardson is in left. Bridger Johnson center. Dane Frazier is your right fielder. That's your defensive set for the Mavericks, as this one's teed up foul. We go 1-2 on the count.
Those foul balls are worth 25 cents at the ticket booth.
Here's the pitch by Hill. And we'll get ball 2, 2-2. Brennan Hill in his 4 1/3 innings, as this one's going to be rolled out past Stensrud, and Lowe will be on the single. 81 total pitches for Hill so far. 53 of them over the plate. We go to Nate Madrid for the Cardinals with 1 out, 1 on. Hill with the pitch, and this one's fouled high over the first base dugout for strike 1. For Nate Madrid, a sac fly and a single. The Mavericks earning 3 runs in the first, 1 in the 3rd, and 5 in the 4th to get their 9 runs off of 8 hits, as we get ball 1, 1-1 on the count. For the Cardinals, it would be 1 run in the 2nd, 5 in the 3rd for their 6 runs off of 6 hits. And Clausen in front of him on the ball pitch to take it to 2-1 on the count. Have not seen movement for the Mavericks in the bullpen. My guesstimate is if there is a change, it'll be internal. We haven't seen Thomas Martin throw, though. He might be one, as this wild pitch gets away and the runner will advance to 2nd. So Lowe now standing at 2nd, and we're 3-1 on the count. If it isn't Thomas Martin coming in, I would imagine it's a Drew Stensrud or Stuart Long, most likely Stensrud, to take over, as this one's popped into right field high and deep. Frazier with the glove on it. The runner will tag at 2nd, on his way to 3rd, and that is 2 away on the sac fly. We go to Emmett Ela, the first baseman, with 2 outs and a runner at 3rd for Catalyst. Ela reached off an error and then a double as Hill delivers strike 1. Here's the stretch and set by Hill, and he'll deliver inside on the left-handed batter for a 1-1 count. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Sam Lowe standing at 3rd, 90 feet away from a run. This one's popped down the 3rd base line. It'll come down outside of play, and we go 1-2. So looking at things, it seems as though, and the terminology, and I know Paul Yarrow would agree with this, but throwaway game, as it looks as though with the post 22 getting the win over the Mavericks last night, going 3-2, the Mavericks 3-2, with the tiebreaker scenario being head-to-head, that would take the Mavericks out of championship contention. Eden Prairie with the only team with one loss, 4-1, as ball 2 is delivered to take us to 2-2 on the count. Eden Prairie and post 22 playing in the 7 o'clock game, regardless of the outcome of that game, by my mathematical equations, and well, you guys know how well my math is sometimes, it looks as though as post 22 and Rapid City will play. The one thing that does throw in the monkey wrench for that is Terre Haute, as this one's rolled up into center field. A runner will earn the score from third, and the single will make it 9-7 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We go to Luca Dencola, the right fielder now for Catalyst. The one thing that does throw a monkey wrench in there is Terre Haute. If they win against Rocky Mountain in the next game coming up, they did beat post 22, so that gives them a shot in if they win, and it would be Eden Prairie and Terre Haute with a post 22 win this evening. Eden Prairie automatically in. So that could put the Mavericks in the third place game at 11:30 tomorrow, facing either post 22 or Terre Haute, depending on the outcome of tonight's game. 1-1 on the count, as a throw to first is made. Emma Ela is at first. Good breeze coming in from the west, the clouds moving in. And a roller back up into center field, and that puts runners at first and second with 2 outs for the Cardinals. Takes us to the bottom of the order. The third baseman, Cole Collins, now for the Cardinals. Here's the pitch by Hill. And this one's popped into right field. Frazier's on the run. He's back to the warning track, and it will go in the glove to end the inning. Runners left behind, but 1 run earned, and it's 9-7 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the 6th, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello folks, Chris Stratton here. You know me as the voice of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. I'm here to announce that the Milk Crate Media will be launching their newest project, the Chris Stratton Show podcast. That's right, folks. We're going to take our play-by-play coverage and bring it into the studio to give our student athletes in Missoula a voice to tell their stories. It'll be launching on July 15th on the Milk Crate Media Network, and you'll be able to find it at thechrisstrattonshow.com, as well as any of your outlets for podcasts.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the 6th inning, and we've got the 6, 7, 8 batters on schedule for the Mavericks. Stuart Long at the plate, Andrew Clausen in the on-deck circle, and Zach Hangus in the hole. Nate Madrid on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound for the Cardinals. Mavericks lead 9-7 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch. And it's outside for a ball. For Stuart Long, a pair of singles and a walk with his 3 plate appearances. And that's a ball to go 1 and 2. So all of my scenarios I discussed earlier, the caveat that I did not put in there is that is with a Mavericks loss. With the Mavericks win, they move to 4 and 2. And if Eden Prairie wins, then the Mavericks could move into the championship game at 2 o'clock. And Terre Haute and Post 22 would play for 3rd place at 11:30. So I didn't put that little caveat piece in there as Long fouls this one off. 2 and 2 on the count. Stuart Long, the shortstop. He's really come into that position over the conference portion of play. We get a full count at 3 and 2 for Long. Andrew Clausen in the on-deck circle. Here's the payoff pitch by Madrid. And it's a walk. Mavericks earning 5 runs in the top of the 4th. 3 of those runs would be off of walks, 1 off of a hit by pitch. Andrew Clausen now the catcher for the Mavericks as we get a stiff breeze out of the west. Pitch on the way, and it'll bring up ball 1. Madrid coming in for relief. He's got 40 total pitches so far since he's come in, 20 of them over the plate. Here's the 1-0. And we go to ball 2, 2-0. Here's the stretch and set. And it's outside to go to ball 3, 3-0. Here's the 3-0 to Clausen. And that'll bring up strike 1, 3-1. We want to send a shout out if they are watching. The Clausen Grandmas, both Mr. and Mrs. Clausen's grandparents, grandmothers, watching. Here's a lift into center field. Center field looking for the track down, and it goes over his head. It bounces to the warning track. Long grabs a gear at second, will hold up, and Clausen will have a double for the Mavericks to put runners at 2nd and 3rd with no outs. And they'll bring Parker Stevens back in to run for Clausen. Takes us to the first baseman, Zach Hangus, for the Mavericks. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. No outs. Top of the 6th. Madrid with the pitch. And this one's fouled off of Hangus. He'll walk it off. Strike 1. Madrid now with the stretch and set. And it's upstairs. Throw down the line to 3rd, and Stewie will hop back in just in time. 1-1 on the count. For Hango, a line drive out, a walk, and a hit by pitch. His 3 plate appearances on the day. And wild pitch gets away, and Stuart Long will come home for the Mavericks to make it 10-7. And we go 2-1 to Hango. 10-7 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. Ball 3, 3-1. And we'll get a run for the Mavericks. And that'll bring out the coach, and Madrid will be done on the day. Parker Stevens scoring to make it 11-7 for the Mavericks. We will come back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Change on the mound brings Cole Collins from third. Thomas Schreffler goes to third, and Nate Madrid is in left field. Dayton Bay, the bottom of the order for the Mavericks, will lay the bunt down foul, and it'll be strike one. Mavericks leading 11-7 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the sixth inning. Runner at first is Zach Hangus, one out on the board.
The pitcher, Brendan Hill.
And they're going to have the out to Bay. I missed what happened. So Brendan Hill, the top of the order for the Mavericks, now facing a 0-2 count with one out. Cole Collins on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Here's the 1-2. And here's the bounce, the throw to first, and the speedy little Hill will reach for the Mavericks off the little hop. And the Mavericks will have runners at first and second now. We go to Dane Frazier for the Mavericks. One out, runners at first and second. Hangus at second, Hill at first. Here's the pitch, and it's over the plate for strike one to Frazier. Frazier walk, infield fly, a walk, and then struck out looking. Here's the 0-1 by Collins, and it'll bring up ball 1-1 on the count. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch, and Frazier swings for strike 2. Here's the stretch and set by Collins. Outside, and they're going to say strike 3 for Dane Frazier. He struck out looking for the second out of the inning. We go to Trad Richardson now for the Mavericks with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Mavericks leading 11-7 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch, and Richardson sends this one into the glove of the second baseman, and that leaves runners behind with the inning being closed out. Mavericks hold on or stay at 11-7. We'll be back right after this with the bottom of the 6th.
Attention all Legion baseball fans. The Missoula Prep Sports Network will be the exclusive video streaming provider for the Montana, Alberta AA and A Legion tournaments July 18th through August 1st. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to support the coverage of the games, please send us an email and we'll get in touch with you. Join us live from Kalispell, Montana and Miles City, Montana, July 28th through August 1st for state championship drama. MPSN, Legion baseball fans home for the 2018 Montana, Alberta state tournaments.
Hey, are you gonna try out that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
Not a chance. They don't have group exercise classes with awesome instructors like we get at Fuel. And the owners are in New York City. What?
New York City? The New York way is not the Montana way, so no way.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as Stuart Long now stands on the 5 Valley Idol pitcher's mound, with Long moving in from the shortstop position to the pitcher's mound. Trad Richardson is at shortstop. Hill done on the 5 Valley Idol pitcher's mound, moves Bridger Johnson into left field for Richardson, and Hill stands in center field. So your defensive changes: Long at pitcher, Richardson at short, Johnson at left, and Hill in center field. We'll set that for you as we have the top of the order, Thomas Schreffler, leading off the inning for the Cardinals. Mavericks lead 11-7 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. So your defensive set: Stensrud at third, Richardson at short, Bay at second, and Hangus at first, with Clausen behind the mound and Stuart Long behind the plate and Stuart Long on the mound. Bridger Johnson in left, Brendan Hill in center, and Dane Frazier in right. They've got the lights turned on here at Dave Pluth Field as the clouds have moved in and darkened things up.
Leading off for Mavericks Cardinals, the third baseman Thomas Schreffler.
So Schreffler, the third baseman, will get the first pitch from Long. It'll be ball 1. Let's go ahead and take a look at Brendan Hill's stats from the 5 Valley Idol pitcher's mound. For Hill, it would be 5 innings, 97 pitches, 63 over the plate as this one's bounced out. Richardson with the pickup and the throw to first, and that's 1 out. 7 runs, all 7 earned, off of 8 hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, hit 2 batters, and finishes with a 9.80 ERA.
4, Braden Roybal.
Takes us to Braden Roybal, the second baseman, with 1 out, nobody on, and Roybal will take a slice for strike 1. Here's the pitch, and a foul ball. Brings up strike 2, 0-2 on the count, 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th. Pitch over the plate, takes us to ball 1. 1-2 on the count for Roybal. Roybal reached off an air, a sac bunt, and a ground out as he takes this one foul into the netting to keep us at 1-2. Ari Fier in the on-deck circle. As we come to ball 2, 2-2 on the count. And it's a strikeout for Stuart Long. For the second out of the inning. As Roybal was caught looking. Ari Fier now for Catalyst with 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of 6. Here's Long with the pitch, and he'll deliver over the plate for strike 1. Foul ball into the catcher. 0-2. For Fier, a fielder's choice, a single and an infield fly for his 3 at-bats. Bouncer picked up by Richardson. The toss to first. Hangus sticking the bag, and it's 1-2-3. Top of the 7th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at world views. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Floyd Fitzgerald Stadium in a cloudy Rapid City, South Dakota. The Missoula Mavericks taking on the Catalyst Cardinals. Mavericks leading 11-7 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard at the top of the 7th inning. It is Cole Collins on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Cardinals. The Mavericks will have the 4, 5, 6 batters. Bridger Johnson to lead off. Drew Stensrud will be in the on-deck circle and Stuart Long in the hole. Mavericks playing for a chance to get into that championship game tomorrow at 2 o'clock with the win and a post-22 loss. Eden Prairie sitting pretty at 4-1. They play post-22 at 7. Pitch on the way. Over the plate for strike 1 to Johnson. Johnson, a double, a ground out, was hit by a pitch and then a fielder's choice. Here's the 0-1, and he'll swing. This one's down the third baseline, fair. Schreffler can't get to it, and Johnson will make his way to first. The Mavericks with a runner on to start the 7th. We come to Drew Stensrud now for the Mavericks. Stensrud looking down the third baseline. Hathaway with the signal. Stensrud now steps into the box. 2 hours and 3 minutes into the game. As the bunt is laid down by Stensrud, they're going to call that fair. Sack bunt will be the first out of the inning, but it does its job as the runner will advance from first to second. One away. We go to the pitcher, Stuart Long, with 1 out, and Johnson standing at second. Top of the 7th. Here's the pitch, and it takes us to ball 1. pitch and a roller. Third baseman can't put a glove on it. It is the shortstop. Nobody at third, and that will put Johnson at third. No throw made to first. And Stuart Long is on. We go to Andrew Clausen for the Mavericks now with 1 out and runners on the corners, top of the 7th. Here's the stretch and set by Collins. And he'll toss it over the plate for strike 1. So the Mavericks will either play at 11:30 or at 2, depending on the outcome of the 7 o'clock game, and we will update you as soon as we get that information, as the toss is made to first. Long at first, Bridger Johnson at third, as this one comes in for strike 2, and Stuart Long is going to go ahead and make his way to second. And we're 0-2 on the count. Stolen base by Stuart Long. Here's the pitch. Clausen with a foul ball. 0-2 remains on the count.
Return that foul ball to the ticket booth for 25 cents.
Here's the stretch and set. And we go to ball 1, 1-2, as Fier will block the ball in front of him, holding Bridger Johnson at third. Stuart Long at second after the stolen base. 1-2 on the count. Pitch on the way. And a bouncer. The third baseman will have it off the glove. The shortstop is there for the pickup. They'll go to second for the tag out. And that will be the second out of the inning, as Stuart Long's tagged out at second on the fielder's choice.
For the historian home, that was a 5-6-4 putouts with 1 out. Now up, 11.
We go to Zach Hangus, the first baseman, with 2 outs and runners on the corners for the Mavericks. And a pitch in the dirt will bring up ball 1. For Zach Hangus, a line drive, a walk, a hit by pitch, and a walk. So his on-base percentage improving with today's game. A hit high into the gap into right field, and the center fielder will put a glove on it. Mavericks will not earn a run, but they'll leave a couple of behind. Bottom of the 7th, all or nothing for Catalyst. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hey, are you going to try that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
No way. They don't care what we eat. They serve pizza and bagels, and the owners are in New York City.
What? New York City? That really tans my hide.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN as we draw the final inning of the game. Bottom of the 7th, Mavericks leading 11-7 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For Catalyst, it's the 4-5-6 batters. Evan Lira at the plate. Sam Lowe in the on-deck circle, and Nate Madrid in the hole. Stuart Long stands on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Mavericks leading 11-7 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and it'll be swung on for strike 1. So Stuart Long coming in the top or the bottom of the 6th for Brendan Hill. As this one comes in for ball 1, 1-1 on the count. And Stewie would have the Cardinals go 1-2-3 in the 6th. He'll bring up strike 2. 1-2 on the count to Evan Lira. Evan Lira, a hit by pitch, a single, and struck out swinging his last at bat as we bring up ball 2. Lira with a comment to our plate umpire, John Whitcraft, before he steps in. 2-2 on the count. Here's the pitch. And it'll bring up ball 3. Full count at 3-2. And a walk will put a runner on for the Cardinals. We go to Sam Lowe now for Catalyst with 1 on and no outs, bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch, and Long will have it off the knee of Clausen. Runner will advance to second, and we do have a lightning warning in the area. One and 0 on the count, and there's the thunder in the background as the runner will advance to third now, and we get ball 2, 2-0. Richardson coming in, giving Stuart Long a little confidence. Bottom of the 7th, Mavericks lead 11-7 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. No outs, with the Cardinals with a threat at 90 feet away. Lowe will take a slice for strike 1, 2-1 on the count now. A swing will bring up strike 2 to even us at 2 apiece on the count. Nate Madrid in the on-deck circle. And we get a full count at 3-2. Here's the pitch. And a swing for the strikeout. And that will be the final out of, the first out of the inning. We go to Nate Madrid, the left fielder. And Madrid bounces this one out to Richardson. The throw to first is made. Hanga sticks the bag. Runner will score behind the play. And the ground out will be the second out of the inning. 11-8 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Base is cleared. Emmett Ela now with 2 outs as Long will deliver strike 1 to Ela. Foul ball into the netting, 2-0-2. Fate of the Cardinals in the bat of Ela. Ela with an reach off an error, a double and a single on the day. As ball 1 is brought up, 1-2. Here's the pitch. And a swing will end the game. Struck out swinging. The Mavericks get the win. 11-8 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Mavericks with 11 runs off of 12 hits, 2 errors, and left 12 runners behind. For Catalyst, it was 8 runs off of 8 hits, no errors, and 5 runners left behind. Mavericks improve to 4-2. They await the outcome of tonight's game as Catalyst goes 2-4. The Mavericks await the outcome of the post-22 Eden Prairie game coming up at 7. As soon as we find out what the outcome is, we will post it on Facebook what time and who the Mavericks will be playing tomorrow. So it's either 11:30 or 2 o'clock for the Mavericks. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday afternoon. We'll talk to you on the 4th of July.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Whee!